It's also it's the level of clarity that you can attain, and it takes meditating on it. It takes it. If we can get to a place, I mean, the stronger the clarity, the more powerful it is. And so there's a level of clarity that needs, and so there's a lot of components. There's knowledge, there's different things that come in play that gives more clarity, so that the thought is more pure, so that the intent is more powerful and will manifest more easily.
Perfect, Regina. And that's why I think the sacred languages are key. Because the intent within those languages are of a pure intent. And if we were to come together and pick just a few words and then break them together, break them down so that we could clearly see what the intent is of this word, then we can have a much more clear intent on that which we are meditating on to create within the quantum field, to bring this as a now in these infinite possibilities to be in our now. Because there's not ambiguity, right? So if I say peace to you guys, or I say heaven, or just pick some arbitrary words, just pick them out there. If I ask you to define that for me, we will all have many different definitions. And then we may say, okay, let's go to the Webster Dictionary to see what that is. And yes, you can have some more definition. But when we go to the pure languages, those that affect matter, because remember,
Yeah.
I've shared with you guys cymatics, the study of cymatics,
Yeah.
languages that have the ability to affect matter, is Hebrew, Sanskrit, and Aramaic. So when we have a word that we are meditating upon and we know the intention of that word, and there's a vibrational frequency that affects matter, and we begin to draw a picture or create a space with these words, with their energetic frequencies, and we are in that place of love and gratitude as we are meditating upon these things to create that environment. Now you've come in agreement with the sacred languages that are of our own creation, affecting matter in the quantum field, shifting our very reality at a quantum level within us and without us together. That is when group meditation becomes so incredible, because everybody has come on the same page in unity, as unified within what these words are saying at a quantum level in a vibratory frequency that affects matter.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Like, wow. I look at those possibilities and go, wow, look at the power that we are being given right now. And why the tests have been so extreme in our lives. To be trusted with the level that is being given to us to be responsible creators. That's sobering. At least for me it is.
Yeah.
Like, oof.
It's just an interesting dynamic between the relationship that we've built, and parallel mine between Ken and Carrie is just like, it's uncanny. It's the word I have for that. And what you just expressed was a deep desire of mine. In just a physical sense, like there's things that I would like to see just on my own physical property that I take care of and I see every day. And it's like, I could go do this and spend my time developing that. But there's this heart within me that says, I don't want to do it by myself. It's futile. And that's just from a external position. And you just gave life and words to an internal desire that I have as well, that I don't want to do this by myself.
That's so good.
And it wasn't meant to do. Yeah.
No, it wasn't meant to do by
Amen.
ourselves.
So thanks.
That's really good. Kathleen, do you have any thoughts on it?
About 500. I was just thinking about, how much I appreciate finding the languages because, and you've talked to me about this with microcosm and macrocosm, but you know what? I'm such a reader and a researcher, a scholar, whatever, how I was made. And I read, Greg Braden and Lynn McTaggart, and, she's friends with Joe and Joe Dispenza and Heart Math. I got the little contraptions and everything. But you know what? I'm embarrassed to keep saying this, but it is a fact. I spent my life looking at everybody else and thinking, well, these are the smart people. And these are the people that have got it together. And these are the people who know how to, do what they're doing. And so I was just an observer watching them and just thinking, wouldn't it be great? And then with your languages, how those languages can speak to you, those words can speak to your soul inside. And I don't know, I was thinking, like Zarin mentioned it, you guys have all said it. How can we do this collectively if we haven't done it on the inside? I don't know. I mean, I'm just so grateful to be, I'm probably very concentrating now on the inside because I have an autoimmune disease, but I read this book a long time ago and had that thought, wow, that'd be cool. But you know what? It's like, it comes alive to me because it's almost like listening to your channel as I'm reading this book again now. So I don't know. That's all I really wanted to share.
No, that's excellent. That's excellent. And one of the things that I want to say to that, Kathleen, this is something I found when Ken and I had our fitness class. Group accountability helps us go much further than when we do it on our own. And I know this well. Because we have lots of beautiful desires of things that we want to do. But it's very easy for us to not do anything about it unless we have others that encourage us to keep going. And I've seen this in action. Mm-hmm. I know this concept very well. I taught it, I lived it, I experienced it. I have many testimonies of the power of coming together in a group. And when I use the word accountability, a lot of people look at that very negatively. And it's unfortunate, but I can see the duality of that same word, right? I can see both sides. The beauty that I see in accountability is that when you engage and you enter in with someone and you realize that we're not doing it individually, then on those days when it is difficult, you have somebody that you know is going to encourage you to not give up, to press ahead, to do meditation, to do these kind of things, because we see the end result. This is where oneness unity is so beautiful, because you are me and I am you. Mm-hmm. So if I need, this is just as it too, if I need encouragement, then I can go and reach out and encourage somebody, and I'm actually encouraging myself. Mm-hmm. And it comes back as a mirror right back to me. Yeah. And so having encouragement, an encouragement partner, ones that we choose to be accountable with, we can do these things. Because it's one thing to read it in a book. It's another thing to say, hey, I'm going to make a commitment to the group, and we're going to commit to do this with each other. And we're going to create together. And we're going to come together, and we're going to partner, and we're going to take a look, and we're going to just look at one thing. And in this one thing, what are we going to come up with collectively? What is the part that I'm going to bring to this? What part is Kathleen going to bring, and Zarin and Regina and anybody else who is listening out there in YouTube land right now, or anybody who listens to this recording later? What are we going to come and bring to the table to be responsible co-creators, creating with each other and encouraging each other to follow through with this, to get it done, to see it done? Because we can't, I honestly don't think that we can do this individual thing anymore. I think that we're seeing that the separation hasn't provided us that which our heart truly desires. And when I was in Crestone, in Colorado, and Zara and his Vanessa and their family, and then the others that joined us there, if I heard one thing, I heard it 1,000 times while I was there about how much people wanted to have community, how much they wanted to connect at the heart level, and how lonely they have felt. And we don't have to have that anymore. I am so grateful for technology. I am so grateful that we can have the Zoom meeting going on right now, and we are connecting at the heart level. And yet we live in different parts of the world. But right now, quantumly, we are here right now, same time, same place, one heart, one mind, one soul, talking about how can we create responsibly, not only changing us on the inside, but manifesting that out externally so that within the matrix, within the quantum field, we begin attracting that which our hearts collectively desire. Because really, when we do it together, it encourages us to continue to do it. That's why group exercising is actually far more beneficial than having an individual that is doing the exercising, because really only 2 to 5% of the population are self-starters. That means 95 to 98% can use group support and would need group support in order to continue pursuing their goals and finishing and completing them.
Mhm.
That's profound.
Yep.
And you wonder why we haven't seen huge global shifts when only 2 to 5% of the population is actually the ones that are doing something about it. What about the 95 to the 98% of us that have the desire to do something about it? And we know that we need to come together, because it is through our togetherness the strength comes. That is why the Aleph is the mystery of the many who are one. Aleph means strong. It means strength. And we do that by coming together and not being separate. And so using this information that is being presented to us in the quantum field, we literally can change the world.
Mhm.